When I was 6, my parents finished building a house on a great big hill in Alberton, a suburb south from where I was staying at the time. They tried to explain to the 3 kids, of which I was the youngest, that we would be leaving this house in turpentine, the only home I had known since birth. Well, being 6 and not having much of a say in the matter, they packed us up and moved us to this new unknown place. It was right about this time that my father, who is a very educated man, started to emphasize the importance of education. And in a suggestive way, he would always tell me how much he would love for me to become a doctor or an engineer. But this stuck with me, not because it was so profound at that young age, but because he never stopped mentioning this. I went through school thinking I only had 2 career options. 1, become a doctor and start a small practice somewhere. Or 2, become an engineer and join an engineering firm with some huge fancy name. Up until I was 17 years old, I thought it would be Dr. Kurtzen. And then if I'm a trick here, I started to think that, well, maybe being an engineer is a little bit more intriguing. Well, as fate would have it, I didn't become a doctor or an engineer. After my first year at varsity studying BSc Mechanical Engineering, my mother came home with a colourful flyer. She knew I had a love for PCs and software. And what this flyer was advertising was a college. Not some huge fancy degree or the university that my father had in mind, but a college, offering only a diploma in computer science. Well, my father flipped when I told him I was leaving varsity to join college the following year. And he always seemed so disappointed in that decision. And in truth, I knew he was. This was until I completed 2 diplomas and eventually finished my BSc IT degree that I completed with honours. And subsequently to that, I completed an honours degree in the Management of Information Systems, a PMP in Project Management, and my greatest achievement, an MBA through the Gordon Institute of Business Science. Needless to say, my father's not that disappointed in his son anymore. I've been a project manager for 6 years now, far removed from being a doctor or engineer, right? I started off as a software developer, coding in different languages for a couple of years, and what got me into project management is a subject that many people are very anti about: smoking. Yeah, that's right, smoking. While I was enjoying my favourite brand of cigarette in the Nedbank offices in Sandton, I ran into a wonderfully cheerful lady called Julia Katic. We entertained each other and chatted up a storm every time we ran into each other in that smoking area. And one day she asked me, "So what team do you manage?" "I don't manage a team. I sit behind a PC, behind a keyboard, lonely in my cubicle." Well, she almost choked on a cigarette when I told her this, and immediately mentioned that they've got an opening for a project manager in the area and that I should apply. Well, regarding project management, the rest, as they say, is history. I've been a project manager for 6 years now at Discovery, and well, not for 6 years, for the last 2 years at Discovery. And the last 2 big projects that I worked on was the Health ID app for providers on the iPad, and the member app for members on smartphones. To be brutally honest, I haven't found much inspiration in my job for the last couple of years, and I think back to my PMP when my lecturer John at the time told me that project managers retire early for 2 reasons. 1, they make a hell of a lot of money, and 2, it's a very stressful job. Well, being in this line of work for 6 years, I can honestly say that only one of those 2 reasons for early retirement is true. I'm already starting to go grey. And the last time I looked at my driveway, there was no Porsche or Ferrari standing there. So, my dream is to open up my own retail company. And that's part of the reason why I studied my MBA in the first place, to get the business background. The second reason for studying my MBA is directly related to why I'm standing here tonight. The title of my thesis when I was doing my MBA is Self-Esteem and its Impact on the Achievements of the Entrepreneur. I thought if I better understood this phenomenon we call self-esteem, I would better understand my own shortcomings in life. And these shortcomings are crippling to me. You see, I've got a very volatile self-esteem, and I would like to be able to level it out on the points where it peaks in my life. From my research, I understand that the more I expose myself to situations that destroy my self-esteem and learn to overcome that, the more my subconscious will start to realize that the fears and doubts that I have carry no weight at all. So this is the reason why I'm standing here tonight, to rid myself of fear and self-doubt. I want to enter a realm of true confidence and self-belief, and I'm prepared to fail as many times as it takes to overcome that which prevents me from reaching my dreams. I want this more than anything. I want this more than anything because I know and understand that doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will.